The nation of Ghana in West Africa holds many generations of stories. These stories share the power of water, how fishing all but one day a week can sustain both marine and human communities, and how the rainforest is a source of medicine. Conservation leaders in Ghana show how caring for the land that feeds and heals you is the way toward communal flourishing.
I think the best way is to promote love for the environment, because when people love something, they tend to cherish it. If you love something, you know the benefits of that thing to you. You don't go about destroying it.
The best way to take care of the land you love is to show people how amazing it is. I had the opportunity to travel to Ghana and meet some amazing people who are working to conserve the rich biodiversity of their land. Today, we are going to share the story of Gardens of Ghana in the village of Yamoransa. What started as a solution to solve a village erosion problem turned into a generative, thriving effort to grow food and bring people together. Gardens of Ghana was initiated as a service project by graduate students at the University of Cape Coast. The project brought together graduate students, professors, and the Yale Alumni Service Corps to collaborate with educators in the village of Yamoransa. Ellery Middlebrook from the California Native Garden Foundation connected with this project early on and began working with the whole group. She particularly bonded with Rueben Foster, a graduate student at the university who became heavily involved with this project. Before long, the two of them were working together to see this project into the future.
We were brought into the community by the school or the department, and we stayed with the foster mothers for, I think, 2 weeks. It was a 2 weeks project. So when you come into the community, you identify a community issue, a challenge, a problem, then you try to address it or solve it. So it's more or less like a research work. So when we came, it was that time that I met Ari. There was a lot of erosion in the community. So yes, like you were saying, so Ari called us and told us that we can solve this problem without any cost. We can just use some plants and do that.
I got involved in the project through Yale Alumni Service Corps. I think it was 2013. We went to Yamoransa, and I talked about local ecology, and I worked with 4th and 5th graders, and they made these books about their local ecology. And, I taught some nutrition classes, and we started working with Dr. Kofi's students that week. And then I realized after I was there for a week that there was only one person in the village who was growing his own food. They were growing cassava, and they were growing taro and plantains, but they weren't growing, any vegetables.
It was something new to us because we felt like we always see erosions, and at that time we find it difficult to solve them because we know it's a natural thing. So the next day we met, she was with us. So we had to go to the top there, take some plants, and at that time then we started filling the holes. So in fact, I was working hard because I bought into an idea. I thought it was great. We are solving a natural problem, Yeah, so we did that.
So when I was on the bus ready to leave, I said to the director, I said, I want to come back here. I would love to build some gardens in Ghana. And so I did. I came back 9 times, and we started with a group of teenagers who were unemployed, and we built 8 different gardens there. And I came back, and I didn't have a lot of money, but I brought seeds and books, and we just worked on projects and stayed in touch with them, and the leaders. I had project managers, and eventually I ended up working with Rueben, and he stuck with it.
During that time, she told us that we can even do a garden for the school. So that was the time we started building the gardens. So initially we built about 6 gardens, 3 at the Catholic school and the 3 at the Methodist school. So we did that. But in fact, I was so happy, and I worked so hard. I recalled Mr. Rueben, you work so hard. I want to work with you because I felt like I'm solving a problem.
I started working with Rueben Foster. I think the first year that we came, he was a student in Professor Kofi's class, Population Studies at Cape Coast University. And I could see from the first few minutes that I spent time with him, he was focused and diligent and earnest and just had wonderful energy to be around him. And he became a leader of the class and taking initiative and jumping right in and doing what the mission was for that day. And that was the beginning of a relationship that I've had with Rueben for 9 or 10 years. So it's even more than that now.
I brought some Agric University students to teach their kids, how to nurse the plants. We teach them about the garden projects, planting, this Agric science. Then they get into the garden and they practice. So regardless of their age, their level, they were planting. We harvested farm produce, we had all kinds. We had tomatoes, onion, okra, eggplants, and it was interesting. I think it was helping because at a point in time I felt like the students were depending on the garden because we had some people cooking some of the plants to feed their kids. Yes, and it was one of, in this community there are a lot of single parenting. Single parents. So they were finding it difficult to feed their children 3 square meals. Some they don't even eat and they come to school. So it was also affecting their kids because if they don't eat, they don't come to school. If they don't have money, they don't come to school. So at their age, you can understand. When they wake up and then they say, Mom, I'm ready to go to school. And the mom said, no, I don't have money. The child has to, stay home. So at a point in time, we felt like we position their mind that even if you don't have money or food at home, when you come to school, they will cook for you. So the kids were coming. And we did well. The teachers we were planting more, so we were using some of the plant to feed the kids, and it provided some sort of livelihood for the kids. And at the point we also see the need to engage the farmers. Yes, because the kids were kind of telling their parents what they were doing in school. So I can say for a fact that most of the community had gardens in their homes through what we were doing then. Yes. So it was very impactful. You get to the community, you see a small garden, and they'll tell you it's for this child, it's for this. So it was interesting, and I think at that point we realized the value of what we were doing, and then the impact on the community.